Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we're back with part 2 of the speed build series for the My Little Pony LP. We're back again with Sweet Apple Acres, obviously. And so last time we did the barn house, just for outside of the house, and we kind of built it and decorated it. Mostly what's going on in this one is going to be just adding some finishing touches and building the actual house. And then I kind of do the decorating and like the landscaping and everything in starting in like part 3. So I am just like right now we're just adding some finishing touches onto the barn. So I kind of seen other like barn styles that have like the little side porch kind of area, and I kind of really like that, so I kind of wanted to add that onto this. So I just am kind of messing around with the columns and the whatever that like fancy roof trim stuff is. I have no idea what it's called. You know, I should know, but I don't. So I'm just kind of messing around with that and, you know, making the roof line even and making it look good. With the rest of the barn, I kind of really like the way it came out because it kind of fits nicely. It adds a little bit of, you know, just, I don't know, it just has a little more personality to the barn, I think. And it gives the, you know, the house a nice place to sit. You can just sit out there by the barn, do whatever. I think we ended up just putting a little table and everything out there and just a bunch of decorations and stuff. I might not have all of the decorations out because I do tend to, when I decorate, if I'm doing like a huge project like this, I go back and forth, like in and out all over the place. Oh, I really wanted to put this porch swing, but if you can tell that it's built, it's made for normal, like the short walls, and these are medium height walls, so it wouldn't work. It looked kind of ridiculous. So I was really kind of disappointed because I was like, oh, man, they don't have like a version. I mean, I guess I could have raised it up, but then you wouldn't be able to use it, and I think it's functional. So I mean, obviously as a seat, not like a swing, but I really wanted them to be able to like sit on it, you know, like plus I feel like if I raised it up it would look completely ridiculous, and it would be like way too high and it would look kind of ridiculous when they're walking by it. But so yeah, I actually ended up using it on the actual farmhouse on the porch, but I kind of had to put like a shelf unit thing against the wall, so it kind of just looks like it's got a fixture that's holding it, but kind of worked. But yeah, and I'm just kind of adding some final like touches into the barn because I had all these like decorative like fruits, and I was like, oh, fruits and vegetables and stuff, and I'm like, that's awesome, we're putting these all over the place in this barn. It's a farm, it would work. Yeah, so I'm just kind of adding some of those touches and everything, and then I had like all these little like decorative crates of wood and stacks of wood and everything, you know, because I think it was after the last part, you know, I had stopped and came back in, but I had gotten I shared it on my Tumblr page. Somebody else had shared it, that it was somebody else's share, so you know, it's like a huge trail of things. Somebody shared their entire custom content folder, and they had a ton of decor objects. I'm not very much like CAS objects, which is fine because I have way more, but they had a lot of really cool, just random decor items, things like this, like just random little knickknacks and things, and like kitchen things and desk things, and these wood like stacks and everything. And it's like really cool because it's stuff that I probably wouldn't normally have downloaded because I wouldn't think that I needed it until I need it. So it was really nice because it adds a lot of detail. So I was kind of just coming across those and adding those to the build because, you know, if you're living in a farmhouse, you would totally have stacks of wood around. Yeah. And I actually ended up finding, because I know in the last one I was like, oh, I just wish we had hay bales. Totally found someone on the Sims resource who has a custom content set that has hay bales. And they're like coffee tables, and I'm like, this is awesome. Ask and ye shall receive. And I totally did, because I do end up putting those in a way later part, because I had filmed a lot of this beforehand. So yeah, I do end up adding those, and they actually have some like little decorative pumpkins, and there's actually like a little kind of like hay cart thing that, you know, I use. Again, it's a like a coffee table, but I used it because like, oh my god, it's just perfect. It worked so well for this. So yeah, I'm quite excited because I couldn't believe, just from even that one huge download, and then that, just all the custom content that I actually had that would work for like rusticy and like farm stuff. And of course, obviously right now I'm just doing like, you know, the little pathway to kind of make it look like, you know, it's a well-worn path in the grass. And then that square patch is obviously where we're going to be putting all the plants for when I actually put this lot down into the My Little Pony LP. Obviously I don't have them and I can't put anything there, but yeah, and I made the trail like from the entryway to all the way to like where the front of the house would be, and I'm like, now I've got to build the house around that. So I built the path to the front of the house before I built the house, but it actually was kind of cool. It worked out, kind of makes it a little bit fun. But I'm actually changing, obviously you can tell, the posts and everything and the fence, because I originally had done it like obviously the dark wood, and then doing all the trim and everything on the house and the white, I was like, all right, you know what, I'm going to change, you know, that arch and the fence to white, because I don't know, I just want it to be a little more cohesive and kind of tie in, and the accent trim and everything on the barn is also white, so I figured it would work. So I'm kind of trying to do the front porch area. I end up changing it like obviously several times, because I've changed it several times already as we're watching. But yeah, I was kind of trying to like make this originally like a little, that was going to be the front entryway, and you could like walk across, and the other side was going to be, you know, this side by the fence here was going to be just like a little, you know, garden. I was just going to put some landscaping or whatever. And then I was trying to do like a little wraparound porch, but it really wasn't working, so I do end up taking that out. It kind of changes completely. But what I really wanted, and I did end up doing, I wanted like a little front porch where, you know, you kind of come in on the porch and you can go in the front door, and then I wanted like another like kind of side porch. It ends up being kind of like a back porch, but it really works. So I kind of wanted to have that dual kind of porch thing, not just like one. I think it would have been really cool to have a wraparound porch, but it just wouldn't, I don't think it would have worked really well for this build, for the way the house is situated and everything. But yeah, so this is like what I'm building out, is like the front porch area, so I'm just kind of fencing it in. And I would really kind of wish that we could do foundations on different areas of the house, so that I could like put a foundation on the actual farmhouse, but not on the barn. And I kind of feel like it kind of sucks that we can't, because that's definitely something that, you know, in reality you could totally do. So I kind of wish we could do that, but, you know, you can't really even do the wall heights different, because I tried to make the wall height for the farmhouse to be normal, and it kind of just changed everything, and I was like, all right, well, that's not gonna work. But yeah, so now I'm just kind of trying to build the house around the porch. So I knew that like this area right here that I'm like right inside the door is just going to be like a little foyer, and I kind of wanted it to be separate, because usually I feel like sometimes when I just build and I don't have a plan, like a seriously thought out detailed plan, then I end up like everything's just open concept. It's like, okay, everything's just there and open, and I didn't want it to be that way, because it's a farmhouse. It needs to be individual rooms. It needs to have that little more, you know, formal kind of layout. So so I wanted to have like a little entryway. That little area right next to the stairs is actually like going to be like a little closet, like a linen closet, because hi, every house has one of those. I never build them in my houses, but I just kind of was going with it. I thought it was a nice touch. And, you know, the little area in the back is going to be a little bathroom. And then we have the huge, you know, open concept kind of like living room area, and then like a really huge kitchen. And I was kind of concerned after I built this Like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to make that huge area back there, like this huge kitchen, like Eden kitchen type of a thing, and I seriously, when I ended up decorating it, I was like, I don't know if I have enough room. Like, this needs to be bigger. But yeah, so that is a huge, huge eat-in kitchen. It's got like a big dining table, kitchen, all sorts of stuff in there. So it's actually, I was really had a lot of fun with the kitchen because that custom content download thing that I did where the person uploaded their entire like custom content folder. Oh my god, that was so great because there's tons of little things in there, like all these different little kitchen details. There's like, you know, bags of chips and bags of groceries and stuff, like all sorts of different things that you can use. Obviously didn't use it all because I would have no counter space, but it was just really cool because it was just a ton of stuff, just tiny little decorative touches that just, you know, kind of make it, I don't know, for me, like real. Oh, yeah, and I did actually, okay, so I did actually make it a little bit smaller. I totally forgot about that. That little room is actually going to be Granny Smith's bedroom. So she's going to have a little bedroom on the ground floor. I was kind of like thinking, you know, he'll have bedroom, kind of sewing room area, whatever. But again, that's totally later when I actually do a lot of the decorating. And a lot of this stuff is decorated in sections. So like, you know, we decorate this bedroom or we decorate the kitchen because it just takes me forever to decorate. I'm not like, okay, just slap down some counters and I'm done. I'm like, okay, now we gotta position everything and whatever. So, yeah, it's huge, but you have tons of parts of decorating. I think this is actually the last real big build section. I think the rest of it is pretty much, you know, doing the finishing touches with decorating and doing landscaping and stuff like that. So, yeah. And of course, here I'm trying to mess with the roof. Building a roof is like the hardest thing for me in The Sims because I just, you know, it's just so impossible because I'm just like, okay, just slap down that hip roof and I'm done. Like, because it's easier, but I really wanted this, you know, I really wanted this to come out good. I really wanted it to look like an actual farmhouse and have like a real roof and not like a half-ass roof. So, and I'm kind of working here with trying to get that porch roof to kind of be in line with the rest of the roof, and it just wouldn't line up, and it was just, oh my god, it was just driving me crazy because if you put like the hip roof along with that kind of roof, like you put them together and they will blend into each other and they fit and everything, but for some reason those two just would not work for me. So I tried a couple different things, and I think I ended up just changing the roof on that section of the porch. Originally I wanted it to be cohesive so it was like the same as the back, but I ended up putting like the hip roof on just because I was like, you know what, I can't handle that it won't line up properly, and this worked a lot better. So it fits, it, you know, it looks natural and it actually doesn't look kind of ridiculous. It's not like there's any kind of weird unoverlapping. So see, like those two types of roofs, they blend in, they fit, they look like they belong together, and like just couldn't get it to work the other way, but yeah. And then I'm just kind of adding like dormers in the roof, you know, in the attic area, what would be the attic area if we had them. You know, just because that's just, I mean, you would see that in a farmhouse. You just would have roof trim, like styles like this, and I just kind of wanted to give it a little bit of extra something. So I was actually quite happy with how it ended up turning out because I don't usually, like I said, I'm just adding the dormers and everything, and when in a roof is like, I've used to do that all the time in The Sims 3, like, yeah, there you go, that's how you make it look like interesting. This one was a little different, you know, just because there's so many different angles and like shapes to the roof and everything, but I think it actually came out pretty nice. I actually really liked the way it came out, and you know, just adding like the roof trim and the trim around the house and everything. And you know, I was originally going with like the white and that kind of medium dark wood, and then when I actually started doing the house, like putting like the outside, like the paint and stuff and whatever on it, it actually, I totally changed it because, like, you know, I started, I'm like, okay, we'll do the stone, and then we'll do like stone on the bottom, like the shingles, and I mean the siding on the top. And I kind of started doing it like, oh, let's do white with the blue. That would look really pretty, you know, for the farmhouse. So I'm adding like making it a blue farmhouse, and then I did the roof, and I really liked this roof pattern, and I ended up really liking, okay, here, this is when we did it, like that sage green color, and I just fell in love with it. It just looked so right. So I ended up changing it so the house is the white with the green edging that kind of matches. Obviously it's not the same color, but it works. So then I kind of had to like change everything about the house. So instead of like the white with the dark wood, or ended up then going white with the blue, I ended up going white and green. So I kind of changed everything several times. So I had to kind of go around and change those, whatever they are. Whatever. Yeah. Change all those, and I think I actually ended up changing the columns too, and making them green just for accent purposes. Because most of the house is obviously white with a little bit of stone at the bottom, except for the roof is the green, and then all of the windows and everything I kind of end up putting in are like the white and green kind of accented. So, it's like green is the accent, which I don't know, I just really liked it. It kind of worked for me. So yeah, I'm just kind of putting the windows on with the little green shutters and everything, and yeah, just kind of putting those in. And I don't know, while I'm like overdubbing this, like it looks extremely like laggy, so I really hope it isn't laggy in the final version, guys. I hope it's really just Premiere right now while it's while I'm recording, while I'm doing the overdubbing, because I can't stand laggy videos. I really don't like it, but so I'm really just hoping it's while I'm doing the voiceover. But yeah, and I was trying to find windows to kind of go in that area, because I wanted something, like it needs to let a little more light in. So these itty bitty tiny windows were like perfect, and they fit perfect in the dormers. So I'm like, oh, I like cohesion, I like to keep it cohesive, and that just worked because it gave a little bit of different texture, because the windows weren't the exact same windows, which doesn't look kind of realistic, because you don't always have the exact same windows on every floor of a house. But I really like the big windows on the bottom, because the roof line, those are medium height walls, and then on the upper floors they're small walls, or like the normal height. So I kind of wanted to, so it's good, like they can't have the same exact windows, it would look ridiculous. But yeah, so then I'm just kind of, and then I obviously put those, I love those round windows, they're so great. I love using them like in areas like that on what was, would be like an attic area. Yeah, okay, so I'm changing the columns to the green to give it that little accent or whatnot, but I think that's pretty much all I did for this, aside from then changing, this open the archway to, match the green color. And in the next part, I think I start doing a little bit of the exterior decorating, the landscaping, and the patio. I'm not sure if I get into the house at all, but that's kind of where we end up, is doing all of the decorating now, because this is like the final build. So it does cut off kind of fast, because I was kind of just doing it all at once, but I didn't want to have like a 4-hour video of me building, so I kind of wanted to keep them short and sweet. But yes, we're kind of coming to the end of the build, and then we'll get more into the decorating and the finishing touches and everything in the future videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you next time. Remember, give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.